Greetings, all you light warriors. I'm so glad to see all of you here today for Friday's inspiration. I'm broadcasting from Southern California today. I feel really excited today. I don't know. I got some good things going on, and we have some really good things to talk about today. So, today we are talking about hang on, what? The five secrets to effortless manifestations. So, this is something a lot of people are struggling with. And so, for those of you who don't know me, I am an energy expert and I consider myself a money energy expert as well. So, we're going to be talking about manifestations today. I've been in the healing arts for more than 40 years. I started when I was 2. No, I'm just teasing. Today we're going to be talking about these things that really get in the way of our being able to manifest. So many of you bright light warriors out there are magical manifestors, but unfortunately, you're using all of these gifts in the wrong direction. And so we're going to do our best to reverse that today, and at least whatever part of you is willing to let go of these old paradigms and bring in some new ideas, some new ways of doing things if you're new here. And we're going to be raising vibrations, raising frequencies. And so there's 5 things that I wanted to talk about that really, some of it is unknown to most people, but irregardless, it is something that definitely gets in the way of our ability to manifest. And this is what, irregardless of what it is. Maybe you want more money. Maybe you want a better lifestyle that this money will bring. Maybe you want to manifest a partner. Maybe you want to manifest better health. So, whatever it is that you want to create, manifest, we're going to talk about the things that get in the way of that. Only 5 things. The very first thing has to do, oh, and I have some very good news. Is we're going to talk about the creative rings today. The creative rings live above your head. It's part of your energetic anatomy. They're big golden rings. I usually imagine them about this big, and they're stacked above our head. You might imagine something a little different, but they're stacked above our heads with space in between. And the minimum that people have would be 3. So if somebody only has 3 rings, they're very under, well, at this point in our evolution, I would say they would be underdeveloped and not very conscious, awake, aware. The We now, as a week ago, we have now reached 90 rings. 90 rings. And I also measured someone, because I'm always looking and I'm always curious. This was on Jason Shirka's Disclosure series. He's been interviewing a man who's in secret, who his name is Ray. Ray has 100 creative rings. So these creative rings, they will make everything you create bigger. You'll be able to create faster and more intensely. So, these rings, however, the good news and bad news is that the rings don't care what it amplifies. It's going to make everything bigger. But that's also a good thing in that if you have any lower vibrating energies in your energy field, you're going to know right away if you have a lot of rings. So, the way to know for sure is to get a vibrational altitude report, or maybe you know how to check yourself. You can muscle test, you can dowse, you can count, you can get your own internal yes or no. But for those of you who don't have those abilities, you can always get a vibrational altitude report. This is just one of about 50 different things that I measure that give you an overall profile of your energy field. So it's very, very revealing. And I also tell you where all the stuff is stuck that's making these vibrations low. And potentially, if you're a healer, you could always use this report as a way to just go and clear with your tools. You have gifts too. And this, then this report, it also comes with a 30-minute conversation. So what a lot of people are doing now is they're getting the report, they're going and clearing what I say in the report, and then on the 30-minute conversation, they find out what's left. What's left, or, you know, if you're someone who doesn't even have any of these abilities, then waiting for the garbage truck to finish here. If you're someone who doesn't have any of these abilities, or you're not tuned into them yet, you're still learning about it, there's suggestions in there on how we could work together. However, this report, I've noticed something very fascinating that's been happening with people who get the report and they come on, is that they are much more capable of clearing these things than they ever even imagined. So that's a real exciting shift in what I've noticed with these reports, is people come to the conversation already having changed so much, but they didn't even know that they were so capable. So that's super exciting to me. So our creative rings, this is how we create. And the more we have, the bigger and faster our creations are going to be manifesting. And so more effortless manifestations, as long as other energies in our energy field are not there. Like if we have martyr energy and we got a lot of rings, the rings are going to make that martyr energy really big. We're really going to be suffering. We're really going to be working hard. So that's why we come here every week and we clear all of these energies, so that you can be in these higher frequencies. And then if you have a lot of rings, then your manifestations are going to be way more exciting and a lot more fun. So that's the creative rings, as one thing that's going to help us manifest more effortlessly. A second thing is our circle of reciprocity. So this is one part of the infinity system, which is outlined in my book. You can get it on Amazon. Access Your Ultimate Power, the Blueprint to Infinite Intelligence. So this circle is super important. It's a circle of energy that starts at our heart. So we have a big open heart, and then we give with that right arm, and then the energy comes into our left receiving hand, which is blocked for most people. So if you've been trying to receive and manifest and create, and you think you're doing all the right things, but you just can't bring it in, chances are this left hand is blocked. And so as you bring that energy into that left hand, it requires surrender. It requires allowing. And for those of you who like to control everything, that might be a bit of a challenge, where you just have to let the universe flow through you. And the beauty of this circle, though, is that as we give out into the world, which we, as most of the people who come here are women, but as we give out into the world, and that's easy for most of us, we need to keep filling ourselves up. So that's the part that gets vulnerable, and you might be thinking, I have a hard time receiving. This is why, your left hand. So we're going to be clearing that circle today, in our circle of reciprocity, so that you can give and then fill yourself up with this self-generated love right here in our heart. So we don't have to keep going on the outside looking for all those things that bring us joy, that fill our hearts. And especially for those of you who are looking to bring in a life partner, if you're going out into the world and you're half empty, waiting for someone else to fill you up, then that's a losing battle, because that's an impossible task for someone else. Only you can do that. So we're going to be clearing the circle of reciprocity today. A third thing, and this is super important, is our money vibration. And so if you have any struggles financially with money, prosperity, abundance, I can almost bet my life on it that you have a low money vibration. The two are just synonymous. And that's another thing that I measure in the um, altitude report. So these money vibrations, they get brought down, they get down to a lower frequency when other people's concepts and beliefs about money are in our, I call it a money pile. And this money space, we might have our parents' beliefs. They might be long gone. They may be dead and out of out on not on this planet anymore, but their beliefs may still be in your money space and in your money pile. So that's one of the things we're going to be clearing today is all the people and their energies. Maybe it could even be an ex who you're not even married to or see anymore, but maybe they don't want you to be successful. So they have their negative beliefs in your money pile. Children can put very high demands on our money, and so energetically they can tap into our money, always asking for this, asking for that, and you feel obligated. Those are those beliefs that get in your money pile. I even had one woman whose dog was in her money pile. She was spending so much money taking this little dog to the vet. And so I just got curious and wow, that's fascinating that even your pet could be in your money pile. So we're going to clear all the lower vibrations out of your money pile today. And then we're going to be running it through your energy field so that then you're aligned with it. So it's one thing to have a high money vibration, it's another thing to be aligned with it in all of your energy field. So a lot of people are like aligned, but not in their root chakra. So they spend a lot of time worrying about money. When is the next check going to come? When is the next client going to happen? All this worry and fear. And maybe they're even mad at money because it doesn't show up when it's supposed to. It leaves unexpectedly. And so if we're mad at money like it's a friend that just is kind of unreliable, then it's probably not going to show its show up as often as we'd like. We need to change that relationship with our money. So that money vibration, which can be measured, is another one of the things that is imperative that it be at a high vibration if money is the one of the things that you want to manifest. You could have the best funnels and scripts of how to talk to people, or maybe you have a really great personality. None of that matters if you have a low money vibration. That's going to trump everything because that's the frequency that you're sending out. And so thus you will get reflected back to you what you're emitting. So that's money vibes. Another part that's similar to the money vibration is what I call our wealth container. So this is number 4. Our wealth container. So someone who has a very small wealth container, they could win the lottery and have a ton of money, but it will all be gone in a few short years because they don't have a container to hold it. And so that's another one of the measurements in this altitude report. So if we have one the size of a thimble, you can't contain the money that you're bringing in. And then what happens is all kinds of tragedies and dramas start to show up. You know, your washing machine breaks down. You have to have a root canal. Your dog vomits on your oriental rug, or all kinds of things happen. People want to borrow money from you, and because now they see you've got all this money, and money's just going out the back door as fast as you could bring it in. So that's a small wealth container. If we have a big wealth container, then infinite possibilities can channel through this, and we bring in as more than we can use. And so then we start getting more creative with our money and start using it for more positive things. So that is the wealth container. And then there's the last thing that I wanted to talk about. There's actually three energies. I chose to talk about lack. There's lack, debt, and sacrifice. All of these could really relate to our manifestations. So we're going to lump them all into one. I was just going to talk about lack, but let's talk about all of them. So the energy of lack, so all of these are also measured in your report. The energy of lack, if you have this energy of lack, it's kind of like you can never do enough. You can never work hard enough. You can never be enough because you're always in this energy of lack. And so you see everything as half empty instead of half full. And so that is the energy of lack, which if you have a high lack percentage, then that's just how you're going to think. You're just going to think in terms of there's not enough money, there's not enough time, there's not enough love. And so there's just never enough of anything. So that's a really important aspect of manifesting, is to be able to bring that lack vibration down to zero. And then when it comes to the energy of debt, this is the energy where it feels like you owe somebody something. And so then if you feel like you owe somebody something, you're always going to be maybe trying to prove your worth and value, and maybe always trying to bail them out, or I don't know, trying to repay that debt, which is also another fascinating thing. I've been working a lot lately with clients, and we've been clearing past life karma. So if you, and there's all different aspects of that with different people, but this debt energy, if you feel indebted to these people and it's based on a karmic thing from lifetimes ago, you might be using this lifetime to clear that karma. But there's a much faster way to just clear those past lives, so you don't have to keep doing it over and over and over again. So that's a really exciting development in my skills and my abilities, which seem to be getting stronger, more powerful. I now have 90 rings, so I don't know. We'll see what I'm going to manifest next, which is exciting. This is exciting to me. And then the last part of this fifth part is the energy of sacrifice. So oftentimes we feel like we have to give up something to get something else. And so that can really put us in a very hard life, where we're always having to give up something. And it kind of ties in a lot with that martyr energy, where we have to work hard and suffer and struggle. So all of these things work together so that we can manifest more effortlessly. So let me just review these real quickly. And then we're going to get into a clearing. So one is our creative rings. We have potentially up to accessing 90 rings now, which are going to amplify our creations. The circle of reciprocity that runs through our arms, unless that's clear, you're not going to receive what you desire. Bottom line, end of story. And then our money vibes. If you're wanting to manifest money, it's imperative that this be at the highest vibration possible, and then that you're aligned with that in your energy field. And then number 4, our wealth container. It's got to be big so that we can hold everything that we're creating. So we have this, masculine structure. The infinity system is a masculine structure, but it's meant to hold all the feminine energy that can flow through this structure. So it's designed that way. Not by me. I am just listening and following directions. And then the last part, the fifth part, is those 3 energies: the energy of lack, debt, and sacrifice. Those all need to be at zero so that we don't have to be in that energy of lack, we're not feeling indebted to others, and we're not going to sacrifice ourselves on our journey towards manifesting. So, one of the things I'm doing this weekend, where is it? I wrote it down here. Here it is. One of the things I'm doing this weekend while I'm in San Diego is I am going to attend an event that is Jason. For those of you who know Jason Shirka, he is the opening speaker at this Private Society Solutions Symposium. So it's all about people getting together with their fantastic ideas and their knowledge and information, and just people who want to create a much better world. So I thought that might be an interesting place to meet some cool people. And so I'm here to look at a few comments. It's so nice to see so many of you here today, and what you have to say about what we've been talking about. So glad to see so many of you here. We have Florida, we have India. Good to have you here. Hey, Nadine. South Africa, and what else have we got here? So here's Novaline says, my left hand and arm are feeling very light as you are speaking about them. Excellent. So maybe you have this awareness that whether or not the energy is flowing through your arms. And if it is, then you're probably receiving like crazy. I'm glad you're enjoying it, Allie. Says this is great info. It is. It's imperative. It's important for all of you magical manifestors out there. And I know there's a lot of you out there who are magical manifestors. And so we're going to make that even a little better. And before we do, I just wanted to share just a very, very brief testimony, because I have to tell you something that's coming up, it's about to start in 9 days, I think. Our next round. For those of you who enjoy coming here and benefiting from these free MediClearings that we do every Friday, we are going to be doing. So I do this every other month. So the next round of MediClearings that we do on a daily basis starts May 9th. And so it's a little bit different than what we do here. We're going to be doing it every morning, and it's just for 20 minutes a day. We take Saturday and Sunday off to integrate, but we do this for 18 days. Now, we've been in the past doing it for 21 days, but now, because we also offer a foundational group for new people who maybe don't know much about what we're doing here and they're kind of a novice, and so that would be the foundational group. We just meet in the morning for 20 minutes. There's also now an advanced group, people who have worked with me before. They've done this process a lot. The advanced group has the opportunity to meet morning and evening. And in the evening, we take it another step further. So for the advanced people. So it's really powerful. And I'm really looking forward to our next round, which is maybe Roma can post it because I forgot what it's the something architect, quantum architect. Is that what it is? Yes, there it is. The quantum architect. All right. So that's great. And this will be here in just a minute. If you want to see the link, but I just want to share with you really briefly a testimony from a past participant. So just bear with me.
I have to say, when I started, I said I wanted to be chronic pain-free. I was really specific about using the word chronic because I understand that, pain is there to tell us something. Our body is there to tell us when something's wrong, but it doesn't have to be there all the time. And I'm pleased to say 3 weeks in, I don't have the chronic pain anymore. And I can tell the difference between the pains that I've got. So before it used to be combinations of pain. So I can tell you yesterday and today I was feeling really tired and I had groggy head. My neck kind of hurt a little bit. I know that's food. I knew that's food, but the emotional stuff, the things that I'd been holding on to for so long that was causing that constant something's there. It's not there anymore. It's gone. And that happened like after we had that discussion, where you told me to think about my 10-year-old self and what would she have to say. And I did reflect on that, and I journaled on that. And the insight was that was the moment I stopped believing in me. And I believed everybody else. And my reality of the world was outside, and I couldn't be me anymore. So it was huge to have that revelation and to release it.
Wow.
And allow myself to be me. So
yes, that's so heartwarming, so amazing.
I haven't said it out loud, so that's why I've started crying.
Yeah.
But, it's amazing.
And so when you say chronic pain, like how many years have you been in pain?
Oh, for as long as I can remember. Wow. At least from 16, 17, 18. Wow. Always had back pain, always. And but the thing is, I've done so much work prior to coming to you, and it had reduced a lot. I was just at that point where I was like, I just don't want this anymore. I know it's reduced, but why is there still something? Like, why is there still something there? You know, like, and I just couldn't get it. And thank you so much for helping guide me to find my way to release that.
Wow, this is what I live for. so much. That's such a blessing.
Thank you.
To hear that, and the fact that you're sharing this can help so many more people. And so thank you so much for being in this program and doing the work. This is doing the work. Yeah. So
thank you for having me.
Yeah, you're so welcome.
I've really enjoyed it, and actually going to really miss the afternoon afternoon tea, I suppose you'd call it. All that, so it's been really good.
All right, great. That's always just tickles my heart and soul whenever I hear that. So that is someone who's been in the past group. So if you'd like to join us, be sure to, where is that here? Right here. Be sure to check it out and see if you're ready for the foundational group or the advanced group. And we will keep growing and expanding in our vibrations. So today, let's get started with on our journey towards more effortless manifestations. And we are going to do the process called running your energy. So this is the process that's outlined in my book. It's part of the Infinity System. And it's very specific. And so that's the container. We need a very well built structure and container to hold all of this feminine flow that's going to come through. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to get ultra grounded. There's 4 parts to that now. So we're going to imagine that line of energy that goes from the base of our spine all the way to the center of the planet. Make it big and fat like a big pipe. And we're just going to set it on release. This happens in no effort. So you're all nice and grounded. That's excellent. Next, we're going to send roots down from the bottoms of our feet. And we are going to send these roots deep into the earth, maybe hundreds of miles down into pure darkness. These roots are going to intermingle with the other roots and mycelium fungus, this intelligent communication layer. And these roots are going to wrap around the entire planet. Like, let's really connect to our planet Earth, which is safe. It's our mother. And as we start to bring all of this energy up into our feet, into our legs, the energy of the feminine, our Mother Earth, the energy of abundance, which is the energy of Earth, pure darkness, and pure light from that crystalline grid. So as it's coming up through the feet, it kind of stops about the top of your feet. So we're just going to gently pull this energy in. So maybe some of you are getting a little stuck on this concept of pure darkness. So pure darkness is what happens in this root system. This is where everything goes to decay and decompose. And it's where everything is rebirthed from pure darkness. And this is also, pure darkness exists in the womb where babies are created. So this pure darkness is highly transformative and transformational. So as you're bringing this energy up through the ankles, now this is very stuck today for some reason. Okay, good. There is what I call a control being right at your ankles. So we're going to imagine a black flame, which is pure darkness, right at our ankles so that this energy can be transmuted, this control being that doesn't want us to connect to the earth. So go ahead and turn up that flame. And it's so much better if you're doing the work and I'm just your guide. That's how you learn how to do this. And I'll also be using some language of light to help accelerate the movement of some of these energies. So it looks like you cleared that good on your own. And we are going to bring this energy. It's kind of slowing down just above the ankles. It's actually some anger. So I've never done this before, but I'm being guided to do this. So that anger, right, it's just past our ankles. Let's drain that out down through the legs, through the feet, and send that down into this root system so it can be transformed. Transforming this anger into something more useful. There we go. Okay, now let's see if we can bring this earth energy up through the legs. There we go. Now it's clearing some unused adrenaline in the calves. It's kind of slowed there. So if you've been doing a lot of sitting around, that's this energy here. Even walking. If not in your neighborhood, you could just walk around the block. Looking up is a very, very helpful way to move energies. Okay, great. So now the energy is coming up through the knees and the thigh. There we go. Now it's moving through the legs. Maybe you notice that difference, that little shift in energy. Now we're going to see if there's a worry circle. And today it's congested out to that third layer. Let's pull in this circle of energy around the root chakra, which holds all of your worry, stress, anxiety, doubts, fears, uncertainty. We're just going to pull that in. And we're just going to dump all of those lower vibrating energies that keep you feeling a little on edge, not grounded, not feeling safe, afraid to step into your power. There we go. And then the fourth and final part to getting ultra grounded is we're going to ground our hearts. Your hearts are 100% open. That's great. A lot of big hearts here. So now we're going to bring this heart energy down through the central core. So as soon as it starts to get grounded, it's like stopping. There's something blocking it from connecting to our earth. Part of it is anger. You could just dump all that anger that's probably not even yours down the grounding. And I'm also getting there some watcher energy. So this is a newer energy that lives out in the 50th layer of our aura, way out there. So we wouldn't even notice. Until now, we know where they are and how to find them. So at the right at the heart, we are going to use a rainbow flame right at the heart. And if you can just trust that this flame knows how to find this watcher energy and can transmute this energy so that your heart you can start to access the infinite intelligence in your heart. So go ahead and turn up that rainbow flame. We're all working together to do this together, helping each other. Oena mea eki ataya mukopoya inetiapa ayena ki oyokumoyo ateanate apia ke naye iyo poyokuma aye atia. That's just helping us to remember our gifts and our knowing that we have in our hearts, and not to let anybody or anything interfere with that. Okay, good. So now let's see if we can ground the heart. There we go. Down into the solar plexus, second chakra, spilling down the root. Okay, good. So now we are ultra grounded. See if you notice that difference in your body already. Okay, great. So next, we're going to connect with pure source energy far above our heads, above our crowns, above all of our creative rings. And we're going to start bringing pure source down through our creative rings. So it recalibrates all of our dreams and desires that we hold up here in our highest and best interests. And this, you don't even have to know how many rings you have for this to work. So as pure source is coming down through the rings into the crown, it's stopping right at our crown. And there's a circle out here that's congested out to the third layer. So this is where we're having a hard time giving ourselves permission to have, be, and do what we desire in these creative rings. So let's give ourselves permission. Let's own our sovereignty. Let's be the queens of our queendom. As we pull in this circle, there's another control being in here, of course. Let's use a black flame right at the top of our crown. Just reminding us that nothing can interfere with our sovereignty unless we allow it. Okay, there we go. So as we're bringing pure source now down through our crown, sixth chakra, coming down into the throat, so it's going down through the central core, into our throat where it's stopping. And the congestion here goes all the way out to the 25th layer. So that's where fear entities live and hang out. So there's a lot of fear here about speaking up, speaking your truth. You no doubt got killed a lot of times here in the past. It's the most common way we can die, right at the throat. Okay, good. So all you bright lights have brought your past lives here where you were killed at the throat. There's about 25 lifetimes, past lives. And so let's just take a few moments and just let all of this energy just drain down the grounding cord, allowing this infinity system to accommodate and transform all of these energies that are preventing us from stepping into our manifestations, our magic, our brilliance, our joy. Okay. It's about 5 past lives left. Let's just keep going. Just draining all of these energies down the grounding. A lot of anger and rage. It's the injustice of having been killed for speaking up, for speaking our truth. There's a lot of anger behind that. But we need to let it go because it's just becoming an anchor holding us to the past. And we want to move forward. And humanity needs to move forward much faster now. And so that's why things are starting to happen much faster. And as you're continuing to release this, I'll just say that we're moving from this. We used to do a choice of good, better, best. Beginning, middle, end, sort of. Those were our choices, 3. And most people will pick the middle choice. Now we're moving into an energy that's more binary. It's either left or right. And so this is going to help accelerate our expansion and our growth. And you might notice this in a lot of things, that it's just either you're going left or you're right. Like, make a choice. Sheep and the goats. Okay, so as we're bringing this energy down through the throat, okay, it's still stuck there, out to that 3rd layer now, where there's a lot of anger and rage. More control beings. About 10 of them. Wow. Okay, so let's use a big black flame. We're going to use a bigger, blacker flame. Oya na mae kia, anata okopoya, inate ya kikia ni puyo nu oyapeaka, eniatitia, oyoko, ai, anapakakawa puyo tu umeya. Whew. 765. 5765. Okay, so there's something still there. Well, let's see what it is. We keep moving forward through this stuff. We'll find it. Okay, so it's still stuck at that 3rd layer where you feel powerless to speak up, speak your truth. There's a lot of fear behind that. Fear of rejection, fear of death, fear of humiliation. Let's clear all of these fears as we just pull those fears into the core, drop it down the grounding. Okay, good. There we go. Okay, now let's see if we can bring pure source down through the throat. There you go. Into the heart, solar plexus, 2nd chakra, spilling down the root. So now you're vertical. Breathe into this powerful alignment. Take a deep breath. Really anchor this connection where you're connected way up high to pure source, rooted deeply into our Mother Earth. Okay, now we're going to mix these 2 energies. We are going to bring a 50-50 mixture, so the earth energy in the legs, pure source coming down the backside. We're going to mix that 50-50 mixture, and we're going to bring it up the front, real close to the spine. So as it's trying to leave the root there, there's more anger and rage. So as we're making our grounding cord a little fatter, let's accommodate all of this anger. As you're dropping this anger down the grounding, we're letting go of excess anger. And this is anger that we're not currently using. So I'm not making anger bad. Anger has its place. And when we're using it very specifically to move a mountain, that's when anger is super helpful. It's helped me in the past. I got out of a very bad marriage using anger. And so it has its place. But far too many of you are using anger as your fuel source. And it's not your true power. That's the illusion they want to keep you in. They want to keep you angry so you think you're in your power, but you're not. You're in an energy that is feeding these darker energies on the planet, these humans and that have very dark, evil agendas. And so, as we let go of all of this anger, excess anger, then it allows us to tap into our true power at our solar plexus as it works with our whole energy field. Then we also become more magnetic with our feminine energy to pull things to us more effortlessly. So, as we're bringing this 50-50 mixture up through the second, and no, it's getting stuck at the second chakra. Okay, so there's a lot of feminine past lives here, where this feminine energy has been trying to be squelched. Okay, this is a really big energy. Okay, so I can almost feel the emotional energy coming up as we're clearing all of this energy in our second chakra, which is vital for our creations. This is where we create from. We create babies, etc. All of our creations come from this second chakra that transforms energy into physical things, into physical reality. If you're holding the energy of anger here in your second chakra, the energy of fear, the energy of worry, what are you going to create? Exactly. So that's why we want to clear this excess energy out of here. And so Spirit is saying we need to use a black flame. We're just going to blast all of these energies that have been trying to hold down this powerful feminine energy for eons. So the tides are shifting now. And so I've been given gifts to help accelerate this process, which is giving all of you permission to step into your gifts. There are a lot of powerful people here that we need you. Humanity needs us all to step into our gifts so we can make this happen faster and easier. Oya mayeki ana teyapaka opuyo tomoyo ane titiake kea ama papayo puyo tinaye akaya noyo poyo kina tata te anekia ena yeke ava pukoya enia ena tata koya. Yeah, you can't stop the feminine. That's what this is all saying, reminding us of our gifts. Poyana I ia te tiaka. Apa ya na ti tia tea makio poyo kuye a na tea. It's about 3 more lifetimes that need to be cleared. And so to do that, we're going to first go up to the 6th chakra, where there's these fears and beliefs that we are not powerful and that the feminine is a weak energy. That's a lie. Feminine energy, incredibly powerful. It's the energy of the heart, where our infinite intelligence lies. We're going to go to the heart. We're still clearing these past lives out to that 3rd layer. So there's nothing to prove. We don't have to prove anything. We can just be in our feminine energy that's so powerful. Another control being in the heart, black flame. Kuya mapea atea na kuye anoto pukua a papa nati I ioko puya natea. And then at the root, out to that 3rd layer, where there's all these beliefs around being powerless. And this energy is holding that in place. So we are afraid to step into our power. We're afraid to take that next step. We're afraid to step into our gifts. So we're just letting go of all those fears. They're not in present time. They're all old energies. That's a big thing that's happening this year, is we're letting go of the past, letting go of all of these anchors so that we can really take off and get some traction into this golden age that we are in and we're watching all the garbage fall away. Okay, let's see how many past lives now. Okay, good. So we cleared all of these past lives in the second chakra. So let's see if we can bring this 50-50 mixture up now through the second chakra. There we go. Good job. Through the solar plexus where it's stopping. So out to the third layer. So this is more of that energy that has you believing that you're powerless, that you can't do anything, that you don't have gifts. I don't know what they are, blah, blah, blah. All of that stuck energy. We're just going to pull it into the core. Another control being, use a black flame. Ayeke na te apuku oye na te ake I na papa kutu puye ane atiti ake a amapa guapea ini atitia. They can't hold us down. That's what it's saying. Mm-hmm. Too many of us are waking up now. Whew, yeah, I feel that wave. Okay, good. So as we're bringing that 50-50 mixture up through the solar plexus, heart, going through the heart, yes, through the throat, 6 crown rings. Maybe you have some more rings now. Cascading down through all the layers of the aura as it merges below your feet with your grounding cord. So the aura has a place to release to. We're going to jump out to the 30th layer. We're going to start at the bottom. This is where that reptilian energy lives. 30. And then Spirit is saying we need to clear the 50th layer. So we're going to start at the bottom. And we're just going to lift this watcher energy up and out. If you want to use a big rainbow circle flame, and just watch that flame rise, clearing this whole layer, you can do that. Okay, great. And then we're going to clear our circle of reciprocity. So this is that part that's super important if you're going to be receiving what you're manifesting. We're going to start at the heart, and we're going to bring that energy out that right arm. So it's getting stuck right at the shoulder, right at the shoulder. So there's a control being right there in your shoulder. So these beings can get stuck anywhere in your energy field. And this is preventing you from giving of your gifts out into the world. Let's use a black flame right there at that shoulder. Koya na pea tata akea no tukuye amitea. Okay, good. All right, so as it's coming out that right arm, as we give of our time, our energies, our rich resources out into the world, let's put our fingertips together like we're holding a small ball. And then we're going to bring this energy into the left receiving hand. This is where you're going to receive. And it's blocked right there at the wrist. This is why you're not receiving. It has nothing to do with other people not giving to you. And you gave so much and you get nothing back from them. It's not about them. It's about you opening your channel to receiving, allowing surrender, letting go. Stop controlling everything. Going to bring this energy. It's coming up through the bicep. Another control being right there in the bicep. Use the black flame to transmute that energy. Koya na pia a tia kankaye tu puyo. Ane tia ke ama ayo ko puyo ane ati tia ke. Okay, good. So it's coming down through the heart, throat, 6 crown rings. Excellent. So that is the process of running your energy. And I'd love to hear how some of you are feeling now as a result of having done that. Did you experience anything in particular, maybe at a certain point, or we cleared some really big energies today. We really cleared some important energies that related to all of these past lives, a lot of the feminine energy. And so I'm wondering if you're feeling calmer, feeling a little more hopeful, whatever. I'd love to hear what it is that you've experienced. And this gives other people permission to also feel what they're feeling. Like there's no wrong feelings here. And so here's someone who's feeling sleepy. Okay, great. So this is a very common feeling, and there's two reasons that it can be. So one is chances you haven't been in your body, and now you're back in your body, but your body's tired. And so you're feeling how tired it is. There's another energy, this sleepy energy that people refer to, that is, it's not about being tired at all. It's about releasing unconscious energy. So that's a really good thing. That's the energy that keeps us from accessing those parts of us that want to be healed, that want to be cleared, that want more love and light. And so as we're releasing this unconscious energy, we can get sleepy. So if you're ever doing any of my meditations and you notice yourself dozing off, just go with it. That means that you're letting go of more of this unconscious energy. The more you do it, the less it will happen, and the more alert, awake, alive you will feel. So thank you for sharing that. Um, Here is very much sensation at the throat even now. I think I need a session with you. Well, great. It all starts with the temperature report. So for those of you who would like to go further for your personal self, that's where it all starts. So great, Noveline. I'd love to work with you. I dozed a bit, which I interpret as me allowing the work to be done instead of getting in the way. Excellent. Yes, absolutely. And some of that unconscious energy coming out. So great job. Live, love, laugh. I love that. Celia or Zelia, my right wrist's been bothering me. It feels a little better now. Great. And so that's going to affect your manifestations. And Roma, it was amazing, Kimberly, especially the feminine in the second. Yes, that was really, really big energy. I'm sure many of you felt that. So thanks for sharing that, Roma. Feeling tingling in the hands and warmth in the body. Yes, your body is coming alive with these energies. So probably feeling new sensations you may have not felt before. Allie, I feel lighter and tired too. Thank you. You're welcome. So that tired is a common theme here today, apparently. A lot of big energies we released. You're so welcome and welcome. Kimberly, it helped the pain in the base of my spine by the root. Okay, great. Yeah. And if you were around to hear that testimony that was in the middle, this is someone that also completely eliminated pain that they had had their entire life. So great job. Hey, Patricia. That was incredible. Incredible. How much I felt that feminine clearing, hollow cry from the heart. Yes. I could feel waves of sadness coming through. So I know a lot of you are feeling emotional during this process. So that's so awesome to hear. We're healing the collective feminine, giving other women permission to do this. Thank you. I feel great serenity and force coming inside. Thank you very much. Well, thank you for coming here and doing the work and stepping into your power and your force, your life force. That's excellent. Jalpa feels lighter. Great. Always happy to have Jalpa here. And Nadine. Hey, Nadine. Sleepy, also feeling like a load is off, clear. Thank you. This is very powerful energy shifting. It is. And so good to see you here, Nadine. And so far, the last one, DK, feeling more ready to take action. Well, excellent. Yeah, we let go of a lot of things that were in the way of your manifestations. And so you don't manifest by sitting under our money tree waiting for money to fall on our head. We have to take action. So that's great. I'm so excited. You're going to be taking some actions towards your manifestations. That's awesome. And then it also released sacral spinal cord pain. Okay, good. That I have had for over a year now. That's awesome, Margaret. So great to hear that. Pain is just stuff we're hanging on to. So let's let it all go. You're so welcome, Nadine. And Rita, you're welcome. And Cindy, thanks for being here. Yes, Cindy has gifts too. We all have gifts. And I am so pleased that so many people are starting to show up now here. Please share it with your family, friends, and anybody that you think will also benefit from all of this. Um, let's see, that second chakra clearing, I had an uncontrollable body shake at, at that time. Yeah, shake it off. Great job, MK. We're shaking it off. We're stepping into spring. So spring is emerging. Let's step into this with some momentum. Hopefully, you'll join us for the next 18-day program starting May 9th, where we're going to be doing this process every day for 18 days. Only 20 minutes, of course, and there's not going to be a bunch of talking. We're just going to do the clearing every day. So if you're interested in that, please sign up and join us. All right. So great to have all of you here. Let's see. I want to end with this. That's not the one. That's the one. There it is. Thank you, Roma. All right. So great to see all of you here. I will be back next Friday. I will still be in Southern California. And if you're going to be at Jason Shirka's event, it's not his event, but he'll be the opening speaker. The Private Society Solutions Symposium in San Diego this weekend. If you'll be there, say hey. And I'd love to meet some new people. All right. Sending so much love and sending blessings from Southern California. Have a great weekend. Namaste.
If I look back 21 days ago, it's painful. I was in such fear, anxiety. I was having all sorts of physical symptoms. I was trying to use all the tools that I had. I felt frantic because nothing seemed to be working. So I have diligently done your program. I've listened at least 2 times a day, over the weekends. And it didn't take me long before I felt that fear fade away, the anxiety fade away. And now I really have this sense of calmness. I also feel I've stepped into my power. I was always a people pleaser. I am now, I don't care if others like me or don't like me. I mean, I still have issues with it. I'm wrestling, but for the most part, I am just looking at myself. I don't feel selfish for doing that anymore. And I feel, I really do feel differently. And this is something I've gone to a lot of healers, and I've never felt. So I thank you for this.
When you say you feel amazing, like where were you before we started this? And how is that different now?
Oh, yes. Now, before we started this, I was in I was in purgatory. I mean, I was restless. I was scattered. I was extremely, leaking so much energy. I was very much so paranoid. I was very much so, fearful, extremely, deep in despair of scarcity, struggle, shame. So much of that, and just feeling totally worthless. But now I am feeling extremely empowered. I'm resting. I've reclaimed pleasure and play and potency, and a lot of intuition in my body. I'm able to really be much more efficient. I've manifested a lash extension certification program. Plus, I only had to pay 5% of a financial freedom investment pack.
Wow.
So that is and it was $3,000. So
Okay.
it's amazing that I got that deeply discounted. So I would be able to, have that financial freedom plus an amazing certification that's recession proof.
OMG, girl. I knew. See, she's just such a powerful powerhouse, and that this is all the energies that were holding her down. And so it's no surprise that you, master manifester, have created such a great opportunity. And I love hearing how much progress you've made in such a short amount of time, 21 days. Wow.
Yeah, incredible.